OPEC is struggling with the fall in oil, sharp fall in oil. There is issues, of course, still with the coronavirus spillover and effects on the global markets. China, as a big importer, of course, is reducing demand for the crude. Prices are falling also on the back of API. Yesterday, a very poor API report. And today we expect the EIA, of course. It's very important to see what's happening with the oil. Gold on the other side. Gold also falls, okay? It falls on risk appetite. Now, since the China said that they will take a harder stance against taking new measures in order to face or fight, let's just say, the spread of the coronavirus, all the risk assets moving up. And that, of course, means that the gold is finally breaking to fresh lows. I want to go off with the start off with oil first today. If you recall, I was looking at this as 1 and 2 in the primary wave right now, and then I was looking at this to become a WXY XZ, which is a triple zigzag. Now, since we broke below this level, and this is the validation level I was looking to break, right? I tend towards the idea, and because I actually see no signals here, right? This is clearly a continuation, okay? And this one also is clearly a bearish signal as well. I think that we've had W, X, and Y ending over here, some sort of truncated zigzag, right? And this breakdown here is probably going to be an impulsive move to the downside, right? So probably looking at reaching the previous low at 42. But of course, this would depend on many different factors. One of the factors is that since we're on the 4-hour chart, and it is quite medium term, I would say, we want to see really the MACD moving below the histogram, the zero line, and remaining down there. Now we are seeing some short attempt to move up to the upside. There is some sort of signal over here on the MACD. However, this could just simply be a retest to the 5043 and then go to fresh lows, right? Now, the 5043 now is the level I want to look at in the short term, okay? If we go down on the 1 hour as well, this is what I want to see, right? So, because we still could have a scenario where this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and this is simply some sort of ending triangle pattern, right? Or it could be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, which means that we're going to move higher. We're going to have a 3 over here, potentially looking to 55, and then start moving lower again, right? So in the medium term, what I really want to do is, if we have an upside, check at the 55 level. But in the short term, I would determine whether we're going to be short or long for the intraday or even intra-week, let's just call it, scenario, if the 50-40 actually gives in or proves to be strong. Now on gold, finally, we get the validation. I was talking about 4 weeks. Everybody was seeing gold upside as a new break to multi-year highs. I still don't, right? The only thing I did, we're still looking at this being a wave 4 anyway. The only thing I was looking at this, actually, that was B before, right? As you can see, I haven't touched anything, so we can see what's happened till our previous insights. So simply, we've had an elongated B, just was a triple zigzag over here, right? W, X, Y, X, Z, and that is just the B, and then we're moving down impulsively. So this is 1, 2. This is probably going to be a smaller degree 3. Then we should have 4 and 5. Okay. Now, what we're looking at potentially, right? Since we have, oops, did I get this? No, I got the wrong one. 1 second. There we go. So potentially, we are looking at this move to come down to below A, of course, below the 1535, and we're really looking at prices to go down to this intersection. Now, ideally, right, the first thing what we want to do is see whether prices are going to break below this level, right, which is the previous low at 1548. The MACD shows us bearish signs, right, and this is a continuation signal as well over here because prices are moving along with momentum. So I would expect that move to the upside to be short term, right, potentially even go a little bit higher to 1570 or so, and then start moving lower. So the 1570 is my top side validation level for a test.